But yeah, man, that's not a place, man. Butler ain't no place. I don't advise that on nobody, man. Lake Butler, Florida, man. That's like that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare for grown men. So let alone a 15-year-old. It's a lot of dudes that didn't make it out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of murders that happened in there where they was putting it on other inmates and they was covering it up. It was a lot of cover-ups. So a lot of incidents that you may even hear about there, you probably think it was inmate on inmate, but it wasn't. It was the officers that killed them. They was killing them. They was putting them in other people's cells. They was doing a whole bunch of heinous, just a whole bunch of heinous shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think, when I got there in 88 at 15 years old, that was almost, I ain't going to consider that late in the game, but the stories I was hearing was from the early 70s. A lot of stories like when I got there, like, man, they say they did this. So they had been doing this years before I got there in the 70s and in the 60s. This had been going on there.
All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Tell me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the Oodles. All my niggas from the Oodles. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Tell me.
You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. We cooking up, man. Salute to everybody in the building. You already know, man. Today we got what Ksoo and Ksoo and ATK Scotty can expect from Lake Butler Prison in Florida Department of Corrections. All right, now listen. It seems that way that every inmate, before you go to start doing your bid, you got to go through Florida Lake Butler Prison. It's a receptions. It houses about like 4,000 or so inmates in there. And they said that it is a battleground. It is a zoo. It is a zoo for grown men, not just let alone young people. You know what I'm saying? We know Ksoo and them is young. I know ATK Scotty, he's a little younger. They've been moving around in the system for a few years now. They just both been convicted. They both been convicted. Both Ksoo and ATK Scotty was convicted. Ksoo's father ended up speaking and, you know what I mean, talking about his own son, which sent some shockwaves through the internet for him, you know what I mean, snitching on his own son, as well as another guy named ATK Butter. He also came out to speak against his own friends as well in the unaliving of Charles McCormick. Okay. And this unaliving took place, they say, because Charles McCormick made a diss record, and in turn, he was unalive for the diss record. So Ksoo feels that he had an all-white jury because he has responded ever since the conviction and said that, you know, he had an all-white jury, you know what I'm saying, in a white court and this and this and that. And he basically got a bad deal. That's what he's saying. You know what I mean? He could have maybe spoke a little bit towards the facts that his own father, who was supposed to be the driver or came to pick up his friends, they allege, after the unaliving, right? Because the unaliving takes place. They say Ksoo goes one way, ATK Butter and his own boy Scott, whoever, goes another way. Butter crashes the car. They go running through a backyard. They end up hostaging a woman, taking her phone, different things like that. Ksoo, you know what I mean? The whole situation that happened. You know what I mean? So listening to a couple of OGs, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the real OGs from FL from Florida. You know what I'm saying? And a couple were just talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So it led me down the road, this road, actually, to say, you know what I mean? What is it that Ksoo can really expect? Because, you know what I mean? First of all, Florida, we understand, man. Florida got their own laws. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people sitting in their counties alone, bro. Still ain't even seen nothing about their case. It's a lot of complaints about things like this when we dealing with Florida. You know what I'm saying? We hear about it all about the judicial system all around the country, but most definitely in Florida, it's a lot of backed up cases over there, man. And a lot of people are just sitting in the counties. You know what I mean? Just sitting in their counties for years. You know what I mean? I knew one specifically. Yeah, but we are going to go into a breakdown. We're going to listen to a few good people and see exactly what Ksoo and ATK Scotty can expect, because their journey is now beginning. You know what I'm saying? Their journey now, they've been convicted. it is what it is. Most likely they're getting life because they've been convicted of unaliving. And so I just want to see what this journey looks like for them. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're going to do. Salute to everybody in the building. Everybody make sure y'all dropping likes. Everybody make sure that you're part of the chat. Be a part of the Go Gang. Everybody in the chat is the Go Gang. What's on Go is not just us for each other, but what got to be on Go is our minds, our voices, all of these things. We got to get that on Go. You can't just sit in the crowd sometimes. Sometimes it's cool. You can sit in the bushes, but a lot of times we got to lift our voices up, man. If you got to go create a whole new channel, that's a little channel that you could come here and comment and do something like, then do that. You know what I mean? But we need voices lifted on all of these topics. Any topic, doesn't matter. Nobody is a mountain in themselves. We all got the knowledge together, period. You know what I mean? You may know something that could shift my mind. You know what I mean? Vice versa. So this is how we're going to leave it. God is the greatest above us, and we all fall under that. So no matter what level we deem ourselves to be, we all fall under that. So 7's in my chat always for God and Jesus, because God and Jesus is the greatest. Hey. And that's without equivocations. Okay? No equivocations on that. Okay? Straight. That's just straight. So we are going to go into, I do want to go into, because I've seen a couple of videos, right? So I do want to go into one, right? One of these videos, we're going to go into a breakdown, right? Because we're going to go into the actual receptions facility. And maybe I think it's going to be a video from like 1980 something, but I'm trying to find, I found another one that's more recent when they're talking about Baldwin. But I don't know if Baldwin is the same thing, but it can show what an updated version of these facilities look like. So we might get into that too as well. So let's just take a quick look and see what's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Can you do it one more time? Make it sound, you know, and go ahead and slide it really. Make it now? Yeah. Okay. Ready? Yeah.
Lake Butler, aka RMC. Lake Butler is most famous for back in the day, they used to take pride in knocking the gold teeth out of inmates and putting it on a jar for full display for those who were just coming through. Now, RMC stands for Reception and Medical Center. So anybody from North Florida that was going from the county jail to the prison system would have to go through Lake Butler. Also, if you had a medical condition or were going through surgery, a lot of times you'd go through Lake Butler as well, and you'd stay there for a while. Let me tell you something, it fucking sucks too. One thing about it, there's no confusion. The guards ran this compound, and they knew they ran it, and they ran a damn tight ship at it too. This is also what separated the boys from the men, or the inmates from the convicts, as I like to say. Every little move you make, from getting off your bunk to even going to use the bathroom, is controlled specifically by these COs. If you're looking for sympathy, you better look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis, because you will get absolutely none here. People are dying left and right at this place. A lot of times they wouldn't even let you go to confinement because they know they bring the food to you there. Stay the fuck out of prison, y'all. It sucks.
Lake County, Florida. And that's where they send you before you go to prison, where you get all your tests done. You get all kind of psychological tests done. You get blood work done. They see if you have any kind of diseases and all that. They run you through that whole process. But you may be there for 3 to 6 weeks. But at this place at Lake Butler, it hold at that time probably 1,800 prisoners from all over the state of Florida. Everybody had to go through Lake Butler. You did not go to prison. You couldn't go to prison without going through Lake Butler, put it like that. Ted Bundy had to go through Lake Butler. Everybody goes through that. And at this time, that was our only main reception center. And white folks that ran Lake Butler, it was families. You had the Whiteheads, you know what I'm saying? You had, they had a little code name, Nigga Charlie, K-Wayne Slim. All these is old legends right now to this day. Anybody will tell you, you youngsters might not know what I'm talking about, but ask your daddies and your grandma about this story. Just go and rewind this tape. And these white folks was up there killing niggas, man. I mean, and when I mean killing niggas, I don't mean one isolated incident. I mean literally stomping niggas' brains out, getting you in places, running in your cells, killing you. You know what I'm saying? It was the racism. They'll run up on you. Call you a nigga. They'll spit in your face. These are things that I witnessed. This ain't stuff that I'm just telling you about. They'll spit in your face. They'll give you, the classic, the toothbrush, and, tell you to hit the tile on the floor or something. They might have you do that for 2-3 hours, or they'll have you standing in the corner with one leg up, a grown man, butt-ass naked. This in the reception part when you first getting off the bus. Oh, and this what getting off the bus look like when you first get off the bus, y'all. When you first get off the bus at Lake Butler, they're going to take you from the county jail, boom, boom, boom. They're going to ship you way up there to North Florida. You're going to get off that bus. When you get off that bus and you see them white boys, and them white boys in North Florida, I'm going to tell you, it's a little bit different from any type of white boys you see in Florida. They like growing big up there. Like they like Alabama and Georgia big. Like them some big old white boys. Like they ain't in the best shape, but them, they some big old burly ass crackers. I'm going to just tell you what they is. When you get off that bus, it's a long, like a long bench. The bench, like it got to be about 100 foot long. They're gonna tell you to turn. They're gonna tell you to line up in front of that bench side by side. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of men just lined up side by side. They're gonna tell you to strip down naked. When they tell you to strip down naked, you're gonna look down. It's gonna be dudes all side of you. Everybody gonna be damn near butt to butt, asshole naked. It's gonna be a smell in there. It's gonna be a stench. It's gonna be a funk. Because ain't no telling, some of these dudes' hygiene ain't the best. They, different races and all this type stuff. This is the psychological freak out what they finna do to you. And then they have you turn around. They have you turn around and have you put your head, because that bench, that long bench I'm telling you about, they run all the way down that way and run down that way. It's kind of stuck against the wall. It's about that wide. They're gonna tell you to put the top of your head on that bench. Put your hands behind your back and spread your ass cheeks. It's about maybe 10 to 15 guards standing up there. They got their little bad side. They trying to be intimidating. They probably gonna beat the hell out of somebody 5 minutes before and drag him off the floor. So you're gonna put everybody got their head on this bench at the same time. He gonna go from number 1 man all the way to 100th man. So that means if you the 100th man, the 50th man, the 60th man, or whatever, you got to sit there with your ass cheeks bust wide open while this white man walk by and look in your guts, dog. I'm talking to the young nigga now, yeah. And look in your gut.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But this is a harsh reality of prison, man. You know what I mean? This is a harsh reality of prison, man. At the end of the day, especially if you go in there for certain crimes, man. Imagine if you go in there with crimes against like officers and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? PDF type crimes and certain kind of crimes. You know what I mean? The way this person or these people are speaking about certain people that's in that facility, the guards that's running it, they saying that they run it. And at the end of the day, people are being unalived and all types of different things like that. One person just heard him say, listen, man, they putting people bodies on inmates and all that. They'll just throw them in your cell like this whole lot. You know what I mean? So that's really, really scary, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. You know what I mean? The streets, we outside in the streets, we running around, we got beef, it's this and this and that, it's on a drill, the ops and all that. But you got to be able to understand that this is a most definite part of that same life. You know what I'm saying? Because looking in Ksoo's eyes when he was there, when they was reading the verdict, you know what was the saddest thing about it? Is that he felt like he was going to possibly beat it. Like, how did he even feel that he was going to possibly beat that after even regardless of what the prosecution is saying, they done went into some new technological breakthroughs showing him like this and compared it to the actual person running. So I've never seen nothing like that before. But besides that, his own father said, who did he said that was my son. The man took a damn near 5-minute pause before he said it was my son. And his homeboy said that too. So at the end of the day, man, but to look in his eyes, Ksoo, when they said that he was guilty and he looked at the lawyer and the lawyer was like this, and you just look in his eyes, it looked like he was confused, or it looked like he was shocked, or it looked like he felt like he had some hope in that court. And I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Let's get back to the video, man. His brother's breaking it down in a good way. I want y'all dropping likes. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking about Ksoo, ATK, his father, Butter, the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? RIP to Charles McCormick, anybody that lost their lives. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't celebrate things and just celebrate. You know what I mean? If you like Ksoo, it is. But you always got to say RIP to that too, man. You know what I mean? It's all a part of it. You know what I mean? Condolences to the family. That's just us being men. Condolences to the family, regardless of what Ksoo feels that it's not him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just to look in his eyes, you know what I mean? And him thinking that he had a chance of beating that was the saddest thing. To me, that was the saddest thing. But this is a harsh reality now. And this is the journey. And this is where the journey begins for him. The journey begins for them going through this place right here. Okay. And this person and a couple of these people, they saying that this ain't no cakewalk. This place, this is the place that houses all the people, reception. Everybody goes through here until they get to every facility that they're going to be in. So let's listen to the brother a little bit more and go into a breakdown.
And you got to hold them. You better hold them too. You better hold that ass open. Yeah, hold it open. Because if you don't, them crackers going to beat the fuck out you, dog.
Demoralizing, yo.
They was vicious.
Demoralizing.
They had a jar this big, a picker jar. You know, Florida was known for gold teeth before, you know what I'm saying, before hip-hop came out. Our grandmas and aunties and all that had that. So that was the thing. You know, you got a gold for Christmas. You know, that was the thing back then. You had one big gold for Christmas. Listen, they had a pickle jar full of them to where they done knocked them out their head. I even heard they had a dog one time, but, you know, they put some of the gold in a pit bull mouth or something like that. But they had a jar full of gold teeth to out of all the years of them kicking golds out of dude's mouth. And I guess that was like their little trophy. They had the names, like I said, K. Wayne Slim. Right now, he a legend. And I'm sorry to even say that. That cracker right there is a legend in the Florida penal system. If you say K. Wayne Slim, if you say Nigga Charlie, if you say any of them right there, Nigga Charlie was like he was a black ass nigga with a Jerry curl. He sort of put you in the mind of that nigga that Rocky beat up in the movie Rocky. What his name is? Old black nigga with that thick ass mustache. Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed, yeah.
Him. That's what he sort of put you in the mind of. But he had a Jerry curl and he smoked cigars. They called him Nigga Charlie. He was so much of a Tom, them white folks was around there. He was a sergeant too now. Them white folks was around there calling him Nigga Charlie, and he was answering to that. He one of them type of dudes that if you argue with one of the white officers, you ain't really got to worry about the white officers right there and kick your ass. He gonna come out of nowhere and steal you and knock your ass down. That's what kind of nigga he was. You know, we wasn't even threatened. It was so bad, I'm even go deeper with Lake Butler. At Lake Butler, you know, Miami and Tampa didn't get along back then. You know, that was the thing. I'm just keeping it real. You know, I met some good dudes out of Miami. Shout out Dade County. We just didn't get along back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Because they was big and we was big and they thought they was tough and we thought we was tough. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville too. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville tough too. I ain't gonna take nothing from the Bangam. The Bangam where they hang them. Duval. You know what I'm saying? I remember when y'all had silvers in y'all mouth, man. I know the history of Florida. I remember Duval and Duval County, Jacksonville, they had silvers in their mouth, man. We didn't even have time to fight each other. That's why I was going with that. We didn't even have time to fight each other because the crackers was killing us. They was beating you. They was like, it was so bad. This is how that place got shut down. Lake Butler got shut down because they had to send some feds in there that was posing as inmates to see the activity as to what was going on inside of the brutalness and the killings and all this. Sometimes I hear, like I done saw documentaries and they talk about old prisons that actually went through this. Well, you looking at a dude, I'm not telling just history. I'm telling somebody that was in them cells, that was in it. And I was so young at the time, right? They had me on the cell blocks. I could come out and go to rec and stuff like that, but the cell blocks was like this. You ever seen the old penitentiary movies when you walk inside of a hallway and it's a long hallway? You know, it always looked grayish and darkish. It always looked kind of crazy to me, but it's tiers on both sides.
And also follow Count Time DJ. He got some good content over there. He done did 12 and a half years in Florida State Prison, so he know the system. Me, myself, I done been in prison, Florida State Prison. My first time in prison, I also did some time in the feds. So I know the system, both of them, how they work. We were just discussing what's next for Ksoo. And what's next is the Florida State prison system. Most likely he's going to Lake Butler. And Lake Butler ain't a place where you want to go. So I'm gonna let you guys check this video out and just hear us discussing what's possibly next for Jacksonville rapper Ksoo. And if you out there in the streets, man, I hope you learn from these videos. We're not here to glamorize anything. We hope we educating you guys, letting you know, man, the streets are set up for us to lose, not to win.
If you ain't never even been to prison for, if you did been to prison for, I don't even know why you want to put yourself, you already know the state of Florida ain't playing no game, boy. They ain't playing no game, but this racist ass redneck shit, they ain't playing no game, boy. They ain't playing at all.
Right.
Then you got to worry about the gangs in prison. They ain't playing. Now you in there do with 100 years. Now you doing chain gang shit. Now you don't got no choice but to get institutionalized. You got niggas. Man, the parole system, it's so hard to get it. Like they say, bro, it's easy to get in trouble, but that shit hard to get boy, especially when you get caught up in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's hard, bro. They got 85%. Then I ain't never seen niggas get out of prison and parole. You know what I mean? Old school niggas, I done ran close, and they got life sentences with parole, and they go see the parole board, and the parole board set their ass back 20 more years. You know what I'm saying? They already got 40 under their belt.
40 up under their belt.
Set the next parole date 20 years from now. Nigga be out. I met an old school nigga named Dill from Madison County. Love them goddamn Cowboys. I'm talking about he get dressed up happy. He finna go see the parole people. But no, so I guess, but it wasn't the he going general population.
Where he going to OCI or he going to Butler?
Nah, he going to Butler. He going to Butler. He going to Butler. Jacksonville going through Butler.
Mm-hmm.
He going through the worst of the worst.
Yeah, they gonna introduce him to prison up there, huh?
Especially if he ain't never been. You know what I'm saying? If he been to prison, oh man, I remember no crack yesterday when I was coming and I was coming through Orlando. Crack was talking to crack like y'all non-fucking tax-paying motherfuckers. Y'all want to kill, rob, and slay dope. Welcome to motherfucking DOC, motherfucker. Motherfucker, are you around here taking care of? I'm talking about they selling out through the whole orientation process.
Hey, them white folks in there seem like they're a little bit taller than the average, don't they?
Man, no crackers, but man, no crackers, man.
Like they be about 6'7", 6'8".
6'7", 6'8", bad bite of the head, mouth full of dip, ready to put hands on you. Ready to put hands on you. And it's straight, man, dog. Once you go in prison, bro, in state of Florida prison, and once you inside, you like, damn, boy, I can really see what the slaves went through. Like, know what I'm saying? I can it gonna come in your mind. A little image gonna come in your mind, like, damn, boy, I can actually like see what the slaves went through, bro. Like, know what I'm saying, bro? I can actually see that shit, bro. Get on the Bluebird. That's like getting on the ship.
Yeah.
Guess what? When you get off the ship, you got to get butt naked, all that. They search it all. You know what I'm saying?
And DJ, and how you think his first day gonna be at Lake Butler?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, he gonna like I said, he been locked up before.
I don't know. I don't think he have. I don't know though, but I don't think he have. I don't think he have.
His shit gonna hit different, man.
It's no way you done been locked up before and still out there taking hats.
Yeah, see, his shit gonna be different because he got an elbow, dog. And once you get that paper, bro, with that release date on it, I seen the elbow release date before. I know how that be look. Once you get that paper, that shit gonna be like, damn, but that shit gonna, I can't even tell you how a light center hit because I never had one, but I can just imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, bro, I need to be shaking my head when I need to read other people's release dates, bro. And I had a fucked up release date. But that shit he gonna be like, damn, bitch. Like, damn, he gonna see and start looking around like, damn, I gotta spend the rest of my life in here. This what I gotta be here the rest of my life when another nigga boss is doing this, doing that, and the police talking disrespectful. Like, man, they came slapping the shit out your ass. Like, they like, come on, damn, I really gotta die in this bitch. I really gotta die here. At all places I gotta die in this bitch.
Yeah, that shit real, man. I watched that video when he got found guilty, and you can see his like chest just sank in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, cause like, damn.
That shit, reality setting in. You know, I know a lot of people don't want to like agree with this, but this is just my philosophy, my take on it. Even though he got a right to go to trial, if you know that you can't beat it because your father gonna take the stand on you, the driver gonna take the stand on you, and you just know the odds are not in your favor, man, I would have tried to get a plea bargain for 35 years.
Yeah, I was caught that because you got niggas really like, you got niggas that really got elbow. I didn't run across so many niggas with life sentences, it don't make no sense. That I done heard niggas say like, damn, bro, if I knew I was gonna catch life, if I knew I was gonna lose trial, boy, I would have signed them, I would have took them 30. I'm talking about, they talking about taking big numbers too. Because at the end of the day, if I got a real life sentence and I can't get out, I'm gonna end up doing 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up doing 30 regardless.
You know, I heard they offered the plea was life, but if he would have copped out and had his attorney work a deal, I believe Jacksonville would have gave him 35 years. That's just me talking with the right attorney. He may finesse himself into 35 years if he would have just copped out and went to the door with it. Because you save the state money, you save your father embarrassing himself up on the stand, your homeboy driver, you save the state a lot of humiliation. But when you put them on blast like that, then they have to show you to the world. Now they got to make a real example out of you. You know what I'm saying? They got to.
Now they finna make a real example out of you. And guess what? And the whole world didn't seen this case, and these dumbass niggas still do what they still do. They still finna go out here and do this shit like they just can't get caught, like it just can't be them. Man, that shit be ugly, bro. I done met niggas go in prison that age right now and be a goddamn OG in prison and saying like, damn, boy, DJ, boy, if I had the chance, boy, I'll take it back, boy. I want to do this and do that. Bitch, don't never be a pawn on the next nigga chessboard. Hell no.
For sure.
No, bitch, you gotta be the man. You gotta be your own king.
Crazy, man. It's crazy, man, to hear just the stories of how they talking about, you know what I mean? Not only this journey that he's about to go on, you know what I'm saying? He's most definitely about to go on a journey, you know what I mean? You know, both people, all three of them, actually, a couple of the people that we talking about it, they talk about these COs, whether the white or the black ones, you know what I'm saying? They got these big burly people, they kicking goals out of people's mouths, all types of things like this, you know what I'm saying? And what's really, really crazy though, pardon me, what's really, really crazy is that he was just saying, like, you know what I mean? He met so many people, you know what I'm saying, that got L's, that got elbows, they got life. And a lot of people, even some young G's, they like OGs now. They young, but they like OGs because they've been in there for so long. And he like, yo, a lot of them say like, yo, man, if I knew better, if I knew I was going to get that red light sentence, man, if I knew I was going to get this and this and that, I'd have took them 30 years. You see the Street Elements dude talking. He's like, yo, he think that the state of Florida could have gave him 35. They could have probably did if he worked out a deal. But I don't know. I think the plea deal was life. The plea was life. Is crazy. How do you gonna plead to life, bro? That's crazy. But they probably could have worked out something. You never know. And I'm saying you're not going to trial. You're saving taxpayer dollars. You're saving everything. You're saving the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting an open, close, shut case without even having to try it. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. You probably could have got it 30 years. They probably gave you 30 years. You know what I'm saying? They probably gave you 30 years. Probably. He said 35 because I think the plea deal was life. And if the plea deal was life, that's crazy. How you gonna go? I'm getting life anyway. So you're gonna give me a plea deal? I'm about to plead to life? Like, that's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? These brothers got a long journey, a long road ahead of them. I also saw that Young and Ace, ATK, he came out and did like an interview the other day. Is it good timing? I don't know. Did he say all the right things? I don't know. I still got to go into a breakdown of that interview because I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a good time to do that right now. I mean, they just got locked up. Maybe he can do something. Maybe he spent a lot of money defending Ksoo and his boys, ATK Scotty, or whatever the case may be as well. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he needs to get back to some bags. Who knows what the case is? Maybe he just wants to speak. I don't know. I know it's heavy on him. His man's in him just got locked, and it basically just got life. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking about this whole situation, though. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all turn the notification bells on. Yep. Y'all be a part of the Go Gang. Y'all subscribe on TikTok, subscribe on Instagram, Udon, go on all of those things. Salute to everybody that's even here, man. Salute to everybody that's most definitely hitting the Cash App. Cash App is Udon Go as well. And yeah, man, get in the comments. Sevens in all of my chats if you believe in Jesus and God. We always got to keep believing in Jesus and God, and we always got to keep them always with us. You know what I'm saying? So sevens in any one of my chats for Jesus and God. Make sure y'all vocal, like I said. And yeah, like I said, subscribe to all the channels. And make sure you notify when we drop it. And when we drop it, we're not flopping. But y'all most definitely get in the comments to let me know what y'all think about Ksoo, the whole situation. Anything that y'all think, let me know. Uda, always on go. Make sure y'all stay on go.
All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my